Welcome back in, Neesmith fans, to the weekly series hotline. On the telephone out of Star, Mississippi, the driver of the J18. It's Cliff Williams. He's in a Track Star race car, sponsored by Delta Brake and Muffler and Star Plumbing. Cliff, you guys show up at Jackson Speedway over the weekend and pick you up a big victory.
Yes, sir.
Well, when you guys get there, who in the crowd did you notice that you would be racing against? Who'd you notice first?
Well, you see Shannon Lee anywhere you see him. He's pretty good in that class. And then you see Michael Blunt, he's there. And then the 09 car, he's been tough all year, I believe. And you see the Palisania car, he's there. He's pretty tough. And then you got your local guy that's been there every weekend, the 4R. Neil Lee, he's tough at his home track. So we knew the competition was going to be stout when we saw all of them there.
So pulling in, you guys had your work cut out for you. What was your confidence level? You told me this is the first time back in a crate in a little bit. What was the confidence level with the car and with what you guys had sitting on the trailer?
Well, we figured that's it one of our home tracks, you know, and we be pretty good, but we just didn't know how good we'll be, you know, because we've been out of it for a year and a half now. So, like I say, you know, we were worried the whole time, you know, with all the competition like that. We were worried the whole time.
So you guys get the car off the trailer, you hit the track during hot laps. Was there an aha moment during hot laps that you said, "Oh, looky here, we got something"?
Yeah, when we went out there to hot lap, we were real good, you know. We had a couple guys watching us, you know, that's in our group, and they said we're pretty quick, you know. So we knew then. Then when we went to qualify, we were third quick out of all 21 cars, and we knew we were pretty good. And at the bottom is where I prefer to be at that racetrack, you know, the bottom. And we started third, so I knew we had a good shot. If we ever get the lead, we'll be on then, you know.
So moving on to the feature, you guys are starting third in the feature. Talk us through the climb to the top spot through the feature event.
Well, Shannon, he kind of jumped out there on that lead, you know, and took on off. And me and that 09 car, seemed like we was back there battling it out. And then I finally cleared him one time, and we had a caution. Well, he got back in front of us under that caution, and when we fired back off, I don't know how it ended up, but he got tangled around somehow or another, you know, and I think he was in the infield, and they put him to the back for it. And then we worked on Shannon Lee for a couple of laps, and I saw Shannon, he was up around the top, you know, and I drove my car to the bottom, and I passed him after a lap and a half. I passed him on the bottom, cleared him, and we kind of went on in, you know. We didn't never really see him a whole lot no more after that.
So I mean, first time back in a long time in the car. You guys go out and park in Victory Lane. What's it mean to your program, just, you know, to get a win right out of the box?
Well, it means a win's a win, and in my deal, I'm happy with a win. It don't matter about the competition. I just love winning races, you know. And then we did it this weekend, and that's in my little brother's car, and he struggled a good bit with it. And that's an older car. Being we went out and won with it, it just shows where we boosted that car up here in the past week and a half to get it where it can go and win, you know. It just makes us feel real strong in that deal.
Now that you're back in the saddle, and it's towards the end of the season here, are you going to continue to run some of the Neesmith events, and what's on tap for next year with you guys?
We're gonna run a good bit of the Neesmith here the rest of the year. We are, but I drive for another guy in late model, and we're gonna run the late model and that when we go to these tracks, so we can run both classes. And then next year we ain't really made up our mind yet, but I want to get into the Neesmith some, because it seems like every week that's the class that you need to be in to race every week, and I want to race every week next year. So I'm gonna run it a good bit, and I'm gonna try to get that little old series deal in the points, a shot at it, and see what I can do.
All right, Cliff. Well, congratulations on the big victory at Jackson Motor Speedway there in Jackson, Mississippi. Before we let you get out of here, we'd like for you to thank some of your sponsors and also thank the crew guys that helped get that victory over the weekend.
And I'd like to thank Delta Brake and Muffler, which is my dad. I'd like to thank for all he does for me and my brothers. I'd like to thank myself. I help out a good bit in all our program that we need. And Walter and Mark Ware, they give us just about all the setup and give us all the pointers it is, and come over and worked hard on the car. And then all of my crew guys, Hootie, Frog, Gus, and another guy named Vance. He was on board last week with us, and my wife and my two boys, they support me through the whole deal. Any racing I like doing, they support me all I want.